Hey guys, welcome back to Pillbox Movies. I'm Hank, and today we're going to be watching the 1962 film Freud, The Secret Passion. This film is directed by John Huston, who's known for Maltese Falcon, Treasures of the Sierra Madre, and he was also the bad guy in Chinatown. Spoilers. The film stars Montgomery Clift as a young Sigmund Freud, and Susanna York as a composite of some of his female patients. I don't really know that much about this film. I'm a fan of Huston's, obviously, Maltese Falcon, obviously, and I'm a really big fan of Montgomery Clift. Clift is often attributed alongside James Dean and Marlon Brando as one of the early adopters of what we have come to be known as the method acting techniques. And this was one of his very, very, very late stage performances, only a few years before he died. I'd love to see just another great example of his acting. So we're gonna watch this and see how it turns out. Oh, by the way, this was the story was written by Sartre, Jean Paul Sartre, which is amazing. And he quarreled with John Huston because he wanted to write a 5-hour version of this screenplay, and Huston's like, we can't do that, obviously. The music's done by Jerry Goldsmith. That's awesome. I like this beginning with they're not hitting plots, but these cum stains on the canvas. It's just like that Metallica album cover. Wien. I don't remember enough German to say 1885. 1800.
Styria. Who admitted this patient?
I did, Herr Professor.
Are you ignorant of my rules?
There's our boy.
What's your name?
Fucking boy!
Hey!
I know the rules, Professor Minot. But this woman is sick.
Some small costume design distinguishings. His bow tie is in a different style from his colleagues.
With your permission, I would like to make some tests.
Yes. Gentleman, our paralytic is putting on...
And he also has a traditional collar. The others have a tuxedo collar. I know costume stuff.
Hysteria is another name for lying. Peter, there's no therapy for that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a ball to attend.
There are certain mental phenomena which defy all the rules of science. Most of us refuse to admit they exist. Not Charcot. He's had the courage to break with the axiom that thought and consciousness are one and the same.
I like this subtle camera movement that Huston's employing.
Hypnosis, a heresy in science.
Heresy. The cinematographer, Douglas Slocum, cinematographer for the Indiana Jones films. He also did Lion in Winter. And Julia. Oh. Yes, touch this lady's leg. That's not intrusive at all.
What do you see?
I see a little silhouette of a man.
Your leg, Jean. Sensation is returned to them. Yes.
Ooh, I love that shot. Look at the movement of that fabric.
You are cured.
My God! I can walk!
You can move your legs.
What was this, 3 years before Dr. Strangelove?
Are these unconscious thoughts the wild products of a shattered mind? Or are they connected to the trauma by a chain of logic?
Rebel. Uncertainty, confusion.
We Viennese doctors are quite satisfied to leave metaphysical speculation to the Parisians, and to heed, humbly and patiently, the lessons of physiological experiment.
Get dunked on, son!
A young woman who had a complete nervous breakdown after her father's death.
Some dynamic camera movements. They went from... Look at that! They went from a standard, two-hander, and then switched it into a one-shot.
On entering France,
very fluid camera work going on here. I like it.
Oh, that nurse. Mean, vicious creature. She let him do it.
I kind of low-key hate this sleep acting shit. Having to do this in such a close-up. As an actor, I'd be like, you're ruining my career with this shit.
You rode to the middle of the lake.
Is this movie just gonna have a lot of hypnosis in it? Because... Oh, please. I don't want an entire movie of pantomime.
What are you doing, Dr. Freud? In Professor Minot's absence, I'm in charge here.
You know, he
I
does
do
not
like
approve of
the
hypnosis.
little
Damn
production
both.
design of having the cross above him, kind
I
of
shall
showing
tell
the
Professor Minot what you
old
said.
guard mentality.
I'll tell him myself. Professor Minor, did you give anyone authority to stop me practicing hypnosis?
Of course.
I kind of do hate these kind of reductive arguments, though, where it's important to do, but this technique where you have to make a person
Yes,
as like as much of an asshole
kind
as
from Mexico.
possible in making their
And testing the
arguments,
effects
so
of
that
poison on the
you don't
central nervous
test the
system of our
quality
animals.
of their arguments for an
Come, little
audience.
fellows.
They're meant to only read
Here's the scientist.
make decisions based on the personality of the
Freud?
person arguing.
Leave to the night what belongs to the night.
There's no
That's
way.
Freud.
Oh my god! There's no way to make an argument
Don't
seem
no.
more spurious
You'd
than
be
having a
afraid of letting
guy
yourself go.
take
How
out a
would you
bunch
let
of
it slip if you got
scorpions
drunk?
to make it.
There was
It's such a
precaution,
super
anyway.
villain argument. He's like playing a
I know what you are,
violin.
aren't
He's
I?
got like a smoking jacket
And I am
on. He's
certain
drinking
neurosis is lying
a
on
snifter of brandy,
I know the
and he's
symptoms.
got a little cupboard of
I know
scorpions.
why you're attracted by other people's madness, because it makes you forget your own.
How do you do, Herbert Schlosser?
How do you do?
I like that framing. Him backing out into the corner. A very open room. This is a lovely film in terms of
Inane, Baudelaire,
from a costume
Jean Paul.
point of view.
You like poetry?
Yes, very much.
Your tunic?
No. It's my father's when he was my age. Captain in the Hussars. Very proud of my father.
And yet you attacked him.
I actually like this guy's acting a lot.
Yes. And without reason.
It's not without its
I must be going mad.
pitfalls, but he's a
Are you going
very
to put me in an asylum?
kind of vulnerable yet deflecting kind of
Because I shall kill
personality that
myself
is
first.
imposed onto this character. Let this be a lesson that you can have a bad haircut and still be a good
I want you to
actor.
concentrate.
Close
count
your
from 5 to 1.
eyes, feel
And
me
your eyes will
now.
close. 5,
I don't
4,
know.
3, 2, 1.
What's in his hand?
I like how dark this is.
Carving me.
I want to know though what distinguishes this from the past treatments. Why this is specifically like the more serious and grave
He
one.
looks with hatred at me across the table. His eyes flash like the knife.
Jerry Goldsmith, you beautiful
Like
bastard.
the knife across my.
I love how much they've cut off the top of his head in this
My
framing.
look is a challenge.
It's very
enrages him.
Gordon Willis-y.
Why do you call your father a swine?
He raped a young girl.
What girl?
My mother.
How do you know that in a situation where that would kind of deeply affect his psyche? Ooh, that's beautiful. That's the sort of thing where I wonder if that's what was inspiration for Silence of the Lambs. Look at that. The transformation from the masculine into the feminine.
Mother.
You will remember nothing of this when you wake. Nothing. I'm gonna
Yeah, Monty. Yo,
1,
Monty
2,
Clift.
3, 4, 5.
He's
Wake up.
going crazy in this shit.
Eyes open.
It said
Wide
eyes
awake.
open. Fuck! What have I done?
Dr. Freud. Dr. Freud?
Moloch! Moloch! You've gotten into a very, version of events now. Oh, pull back, it's too edible for me.
Mother. Mother.
No, dear Martha. Your wife, Martha.
You look
Oh,
peeking.
poor baby.
How's his appetite, Martha?
Eats hardly anything.
I hate how Martha's just tossed off in this shot. She's just completely separate.
Sit down, Freud. Open your shirt.
Okay,
No.
bye, Martha.
And his son, Carl? Carl is dead. He's dead? Yes, he died of
Look at how much is being achieved with a completely dark face and just lighting edges of his eyes. That is so amazing. This scene is so cool. I love how dark this is. Oh man. Who frames a conversation like this? That's so dark. That's so morbid. That's so cool.
Certainly, sexual associations can be found in almost every case, if you look for them hard enough. Freud, I'm not denying the importance of sexuality in all our lives. It's a contributing factor, but you'll never convince me it's the one and only cause of neurosis. Breuer, this theory is based on fact. We pursued it together. Now when you see where it's leading, I know the emotional conflicts of many of my patients are not sexual in origin. That's that. Which patients? Cecily, for one.
Well, what if they are?
Be hard put to
Have you thought
unearth
of
an
it
erotic
that way?
element in her case. Maybe you haven't gone far enough.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
What time did your father die?
1 o'clock in the morning.
Where were you then?
I was in my hotel room, alone. Doctors. They came to tell me about my father.
Doctors leaving the hospital to report a death.
They took me down the hall
Ooh, all these
to his
eyes.
room,
It's
They were-
creepy.
playing music for the patients. I couldn't bear it. One of them said that my father was dead. Look at him, they said. Is this your father? I couldn't look. I couldn't.
Cecily, I'm
I would
going
be
to wait.
so pissed if I was Susanna
We'll
York.
remember everything
I'd be like,
you told me.
please get this camera away
you are
from my
awake.
face.
Your lovely eyes will be able to see clearly again. Now you can see, can't you? Roy, I'd like to ask her a few questions. She's so close to the memory. Very well.
It's so dark. I mean, like,
Cecily,
I don't even think they're
You will now
necessarily
be able to hear
characterizing
Dr. Freud.
Freud
He's
as a
going to question
hero in this. This is kind of what I want
because I
Mindhunter to
asked
be.
you, you will answer Dr. Freud.
But I know they're doctors.
How do you know? Cecily, are you
Why?
sure? Are they saying anything?
Yes. Yes.
What? What are they saying?
Police! Open the door! Police!
Tell me about the nurses. You said they were strange.
Their dresses.
Oh, they were prostitutes. This is in a jail cell.
Take care of the patients. Cecily, you are not in a hospital. Where are you?
Oh my
I
god,
told you.
I
Cecily,
love
you are
this.
not in a
This
hospital.
is
Where are
creeping
you?
me out.
There's a row!
You're in a prison. Oh, this poor girl's brain is just breaking down.
What happens?
They take me to the room where
Oh my god.
women are
Oh.
I hate them. I can see the one who killed him. Is this your father? Do you recognize him?
Oh boy, her brain
I won't
is
look.
just completely destroyed right now. I can't look at this.
His lipstick on his mouth.
That's enough now, Cecily. I'm going to awake you. Just a minute. She is still my patient. I know. Cecily, wake up.
Dude, I was not expecting this movie to be so intense. And once again, she has her nails and her full makeup done in bed.
I can see. Clearly. Clearly.
Yo, this movie is crazy. Can't really speak to how accurate it is, but it's crazy.
Go away! In any case, Fräulein Kuttner, your vision will be normal from now on.
And now for something completely different.
Tell him, girl. Yo, tell him Rachmaninoff sent you.
Dr. Freud, how nice to see you again. I'm afraid my behavior was unforgivable last time we met.
Not at all, Fräulein Kuttner.
She's dead-eyeing him.
Before I was cured.
Look how angry she is at him.
To keep some poor baby's feet warm. You didn't tell me, Doctor, where you were going on holiday.
Oh, I didn't. I'm going to Venice.
Alone?
My wife and I.
Who knows, Doctor? For whom these may be?
She's pissed. Look at her. Jesus.
I only stopped in to say goodbye. Wish you happiness with all my heart.
You have a heart.
Oh, boy.
I'm talking nonsense, of course, Doctor. I know how devotedly you took care of me.
Oh, boy. She's bad.
Won't you kiss me goodbye?
Oh, boy. This is why we have a board of ethics.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
It's like passing through a womb. I can't go in through this vagina to bury my father. Look at Cliff, man. So inspirational.
Look at Curry, man. Inspirational shit.
It's really difficult. And this is something that, like, once again, Silence of the Lambs achieves so beautifully. Having the same scenes, or the same setup for scenes, and like changing them subtly in a way that there's a new dynamic that's brought about. There's that every frame of painting analysis of Silence of the Lambs, where they show how the three cross examinations or interrogations between Hannibal Lecter and Claire Starling have three different frameworks and three different like theses. And that's something that Huston is, in a prototypical way, working to achieve here with the different sessions between Freud and Cecily.
I am on the pavement with a big crowd around me.
And nothing special happened on that day.
Well,
What?
Papa took me to the ballet. And in the intermission, we went round backstage to the dressing room of one of the dancers. She was beautiful.
Jerry,
Nice.
yo, Jerry, you're
Papa
doing a
told her I was
great
dancing,
job.
too. I couldn't wait to get home and paint my face like hers. I used my watercolors.
Don't dare paint your face!
I burst into tears.
Okay, that cut was terrible, but it was working out well before then.
Her father. Is he the phantom husband by whom she bore the doll? Her imaginary child? No. Unthinkable. Unthinkable.
They alive, damn it! It's a miracle! Unbreakable! They alive, damn it! With females!
Give me one reason,
I knew I shouldn't follow him any further. But then I did. Papa had preferred her company to mine. The same thing had happened in Naples.
He lied to me!
Yo, people in the 1800s or the early 1900s be going through some
He was
shit.
out making love to street walkers. I hated him. I hate him! I hate men!
What frame rate has this been shot at?
You found the memory.
She's moving so fast. She's like
Walk.
a ninja. I think Susanna York is doing a great job, but she is like teetering at the edge of hysteria.
It's a beat! Come on. Yes.
He carried me to his room and undressed me. She sang.
Oh boy.
Is that when he promised you the doll?
Yes. No. No, it was later during the night when I woke up and cried. Mama had been angry with me. Isn't that why?
Is it?
Father came towards me in his red robe. Tall, like a tower. Strong as a god when he embraced me.
And he promised you a doll if you wouldn't tell. Is that right?
Yes! Yes, yes, yes!
Oh no. Oh god. People be going through hard shit in their childhood.
I can walk.
My god!
I can walk! My father was a criminal.
I'm sure he suffered for what he did.
I'm tired.
I genuinely can't believe people went to a movie theater and watched this in 1962.
Are you happy for me?
When was In Cold Blood? 1965?
I'll go to sleep now if you hold my hand.
I must go now.
My planet needs me.
Forget you have other patients. More important than me.
Not more important. I have other patients.
She a needy bitch.
Our work is only beginning, Cecily. It will take time to put your past in order. There'll be relapses. But the day will come
Well, I'm glad.
when you will face life.
I'm glad they've elected this route of not saying that, like, you know, the dramatic revelations in therapy is like a solution to neuroses. Like, it takes some more work than that.
Would you please tell Mama I'd like to see her?
Stabby, 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 stab.
The infant is bathed, he is fondled and caressed by the mother. His whole body responds to her loving care. His desire for her breast gradually extends to a desire for the mother herself.
This is a cool scene. I'm not gonna lie. I really like this. What a way to end your movie.
Just one question.
Who the fuck
and I
are
shall
you?
not ask it of the speaker. Dr. Breuer, you're aware of the esteem in which we all hold you. Do you share your collaborators' views?
How dare you? And how dare you ask me for references regarding Dr. Freud?
I would simply like to know whether you share the speaker's views. To be specific, what do you think of infantile sexuality, Dr. Breuer?
I do not believe in it. I have never believed in it. I can never accept it. Never accept it, never.
I like how he denied him 3 times in 3 different phrases, because he's like Peter.
Gentlemen, the meeting is adjourned.
Interesting. With Montgomery Clift, something that I admire so much within him is that the more a character would seem to be like extrovert in their characterizations, the more he tends to pull back and make it reserved and distill it down to its like most quiet and elusive performance possible, so that you kind of have to seek it out and find it within the details of his eyes and his facial movements. And especially what I want to point out, I loved the score by Jerry Goldsmith. It wasn't used a lot, but for the dream sequences and the therapy sequences, just like evoking the right degree of displacement and fear and paranoia. It was just like the expectedly exceptional work from the composer who brought us Alien and Chinatown and The Omen, that in Star Trek the movie. So yeah, this was Freud, Secret Passion. A lot longer than I thought it would be. A lot more exhausting. I'm so tired. There's a storm happening outside. What a night. I'm entirely exhausted. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you have recommendations for other movies that you think I should watch and give really bad analysis, first impression analysis of, let me know in the comments. Normalize therapy. There doesn't have to be anything wrong with you for you to want to seek therapy. Check out Psychology in Seattle if you want a good YouTube channel. Talk out your issues, verbalize your needs. Keep watching good movies and seek therapy. Yeah, keep watching good movies.
You believe me? Give me a reason. Give me one reason why I shouldn't.
You are crazy. You're suffering from a mental illness, and everybody around you knows it. They're just too nice to say anything.